it's been nerfed, unfortunately. So your other meepos don't really have as much stats share like before. They had 100%, now they have like 80, 85, which is a huge nerf. Back in the day, you used to buy Aghanims just to get that 100%. That's what Aghs did. Nice little sentry instantly blocked. Like, basically, you have to stack this hard camp, and blocking the hard camp is what you want to do instantly.
He did indeed go for that more meepo. I want to see also throughout this game. I'm interested to see Eraser's performance, not just in the lane, but his itemization as well. Because when on all the games that he's played, win, lose, or draw, he always had. He's one of those players that doesn't have like a standard itemization. You know, you always get the sense of those kind of guys always cycling through the item queue to decide, okay, what is actually the particular thing I need for this game. We're definitely going to see. I mean, doesn't even need Mage Slayer in this game, right? There's not that much magic damage on the enemy team, so he can afford to go a different route. Maybe some Radiance or something. I'm not exactly sure, but I doubt we'll see the Mage Slayer Shivas that we've seen from other players.
It's not bad though. Like even that, just having it applied to all of these heroes, it's not terrible. Like you can go Maelstrom as well. You know, just Orb of Corrosion, Maelstrom, Mage Slayer, something like that. It's still pretty solid. Especially because you're hitting more units even, you know, you're hitting all the meepos. So, and also keep in mind that you don't want to stack up the same items that your other heroes will be buying. So, yeah, like, as long as he stays alive, I think that's the only thing that matters. Maybe some earlier BKB on him as well, or something to dispel the Earthbind. Usually what you want to go for.
We'll see what the decision matrix is going to be for Erase as we do get into the game. Lanes kicking off, Erase 1v1 versus Kiyotaka middle. Doubt we'll see that much action there. The side lane, there's some potential here, Liz. I mean, we have Axe Weaver top. Down bottom, we have Rubik Beastmaster. I feel like some things could happen around these side lanes here.
Oh, for sure. I feel like all of these side lanes have kill potential. Axe Weaver is a kill lane. Versus Phoenix versus Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight and Phoenix as well. Very strong if Weaver is out of position. Axe a bit harder to kill, but even him, if he's trying to be a little bit too cute, like you can take him down. So let's see. Gonna be an interesting one for sure, no matter what, in the laning stage and outside of it.
We saw King Satanic playing the CK 2 days ago. And the beginning of the game was quite rough. He spent like, what, 20 minutes just in the jungle farming? Yep. At like 15 minutes, 18 minutes, he was 4th in net worth all the cores. I doubt he's going to be having as rough of a start here, so we should be seeing the CK active on the map sooner than he did the other day.
Well, you say that, but he is playing into an Axe Weaver, so it's like he should have an easier lane. It's not as strong as that one was, but Axe gets like level 5, 6, and perhaps you have to run out as well. What's nice about the CK into Axe as well, you heal quite a bit, so you get that Chaos Strike to work with. He's already falling 50% HP. This is a level 2 Axe. I was talking about level 5. Level 2 is enough, it seems like.
They also have to keep their eye on Satanic to make sure that Solo doesn't just make a big rotation through the Twin Gate. Arandying is sitting with the blood grenades. He's waiting for the opportunity, man. They're going to marinate the CK as much as possible, and then he's going to try and make that jump. Every game he does this. Is so funny.
And it's very nice to do that with a tombstone. You just pop the tombstone, they can't really get away. It's a lot of slow. Those little zombies following you, giving all the info. Then Weaver with the slow as well, with his W. Like, this man will... I don't know why, but every lane, if I lose the fairy, like if I lose this Lotus Pool, what's it called? Why am I calling it? I'm calling it everything but what it is, the healing Lotus. Every single stream, I find a new name for it, you know? This pool salve, pool fairy, like...
I like pool salve, actually, or pool fairy. Pool fairy is probably the closest description to what it actually is, right? Yeah. I like that.
I definitely have to start calling it for what it is, but in any case...
You have to go the other direction and like come up with a full list of alternative names.
Yeah, like Outworld Decomposer. Like
yeah, exactly.
But my point was like you're playing these skirmishes where like someone like a Phoenix who wants to bring you down low. Like let's see, top lane CK, he should be fine here. They still have some fire spirits.
Fire spirits get thrown out. Ascador is far enough away. No, he's fine. He's fine. He's got the Yatoro tag in his name, fam. He knows what's up. He's okay. He will be absolutely Gucci, but he has been marinated, so they are diving bottom underneath the tier 1 tower. They dropped the tombstone on this as well. Rule takes out a couple of zombies, but this is going to be quite a bit of pressure put onto the tier 1 tower, and until the tombstone goes down, there's no way they can approach this.
Yeah, that was a big dive. Like, the tower is already 50% HP. That's your casual Undying lane right here. You don't see this with any other lanes, but with Undying, you get to see it from time to time. You get to experience it. Power shot. Ooh, Beastmaster needed to be careful, yeah. It wasn't even close, but he had to be careful. This is a problem. I think one problem for Yellow Submarine. I do believe that 9 Pandas can play this draft much faster than they can play theirs. Like, even Meepo, you're thinking, okay, this guy's just gonna farm. Not really. Like, I feel that this hero gets faster, like, because of this divided we stand face at top lane.
King! Satanic is dead. First blood will end up applying. Sayesh will cop a bit of damage from the fire spirit, but not enough to actually kill him. So first blood picked up on the CK. And you were saying level 5, level 6, or level 2. Level 4 is the point where they finally mount the right aggression.
They were chewing through their region much better than Phoenix and CK were chewing through axes, and because of that they managed to, you know, you had that glass of lotus water to work with to heal you up.
Okay, that I like. So after that kill, though, he just goes back to farming. We do see that Sayesh has vacated the area a little bit to try and secure this rune middle for Kiyotaka. Which side is it gonna spawn? Erase is ready, and Erase will get unlucky. Will be in the top lane. Kiyotaka gets a free regen. Not that he needed it, you know. It's Meepo. He's fine. He's chilling. Just doing his thing anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't really want... Like, look, you can already... If you're a Meepo, you can already start making some moves, but right now all you need is Diffusal and level 10. Like, you want to get to that level 10, you want to get your level 2 Meepo. But that is... You want to get the third Meepo. You get it on level 10 because of this more Meepo talent, so that's mix. Once you get that, that's your true power spike, and then you decide what you want to do. Do you want to keep on farming with it because you farm real fast? Do you want to be stealing stacks like he's stealing them right now? Or do you want to be just ganking? Like, that's something that you can do. Sky's the limit, basically.
Check out Erase. He was going to the jungle trying to find a couple stacks, see if he could get involved in those. I thought maybe he was going to consider moving to the bottom lane to try and gank, but probably Beastmaster told him, bro, I'm very far from level 6, don't even bother. He's like, okay. In the meantime, while Axe is alone in the top side of the map, he's going to get jumped on by Satanic and Ascador. Do they have enough to kill him? Yes, they do. The Axe is gone. He will, at the very least, set up the Phoenix kill in the opposite direction, but they are very happy to bring down the Axe after what he did to them for the first blood.
Yeah, as the core does die in the end, but it's a good kill. A very good kill. CK back to the jungle, farming that farmlet, bot lane. I do like the Kasane's Aghanims build here. I think it has a ton of value on the Beastmaster. And this is the kind of a thing, like you might not be able to have one single hero that destroys Meepo Axe, but you know, you can cook up something with the mix. As the core, there are dust. There's no dust.
No, he's fine. He's chilling. Whose ward was this? There's a ward right in front of the tier 1 middle. It is from Sayesh. He planted it when he was making that movement to secure the rune. And that's actually the ward that gave them the information. Because Axe was walking back into the lane, Alberca, but they're like, bro, get back, otherwise you'll die. He says, sweet.
I mean, that should have been a kill. Like, that, honestly, with vision, without vision, he was caught and he should have died, but they just didn't have a dust. So that's like... It's not really like this strategical big brain.
No, I mean the Axe. Yeah, the Axe was going top, and then he left. Like, he was literally walking up, and then he went back into the creep camps in the triangle.
Ah, the Axe definitely. Yeah, I agree with him. With that, moving back. lane. If he gets hurt, he's fine. He just got debated on the Manta, not on the Manta, on the Illusion, because you can poof to them. So he went and he right-clicked it, and then Meepo just goes on top of it. So, gotta be careful with that. Sometimes you can... It's a nice bait play. A lot of stacks, by the way, on Dire. They have to be careful with these stacks, even.
I mean, if this Axe finds himself inside that triangle, it's a lot of gold to be taken away.
Yep. I think...
But fortunately, Kasane is probably gonna... Hopefully for him, he gets there first with Wu just like scouting the area and keeping it safe.
Yeah, he's not 7 yet, but 6 is just enough. I feel like you can go. He has Arcane Boots, like he can at least farm 1 stack of these Ancients. Let's see what he goes for first. Rue is calling him, boy, come over here. I want some experience as well. But Undying Weaver, they're invading.
Yeah, they're coming through. Solo now scouts it out. Sayush has the level 3 Sakuchi. They even dropped the tombstone for this to take this camp. And they'll definitely succeed in doing so, while Kasane is just casually throwing axes onto the Ancients.
I think you're fine with this, right? Like, if you're Rue, you're super happy because they just wasted Tombstone on a triple stack of hard camp. It's not a waste, they got it. But at the same time, your Beastmaster is farming the Ancient camp. You're like, thank God these guys didn't see the Ancients. Let them take this, it's okay.
You also got a couple of those creeps at the very end. Sayush now does see the Ancients. I'm not and with Dark Lord here as well, they're really considering it, but they don't have Tombstone. I don't think you can do it without it.
Yeah, Erase is coming as well.
Yeah. Erase is gonna pull through. They get the D ward here on the high ground, and they should be able to just keep the majority of the gold that they stack for themselves. It'll be fine. So speaking of all of this farm, you know Kasane on his Beastmaster? I remember it was when you were still on TSM last season. There were a couple of like really good offlane players. I mean, your like your 33s, your Zais who were like, yo, if I want to play micro heroes, I study this guy in particular's replays. He's just that good. We'll talk about how hype he is on Beastmaster in a second because we have to talk about the death of Satanic. The twin gate move took a while, but eventually Solo is here. Going on to the CK, but do they have enough damage to kill him? Not just yet. Sayush is actually going to die first, and he's turning back onto Dark Lord as well. They bring down this Wind Ranger. Yes, eventually CK does die, but hashtag worth, as 3 heroes will follow him into the grave. Really well done by Yellow Submarine.
That's hashtag worth right there. And there's not a single hero in the game right now that does that the same way CK does. Like the amount of damage that he dished out, it's just dumb. Let's just call it for what it is. 3.2k damage on a carry, minute 11. Give me a break. Like, there is no way that should be happening. Like, this hero is absolutely busted. I love CK. If I could pick one hero on that position 1, it would be CK 24/7. And this guy just feels way too good. At every single point in the game, and this itemization as well feels way too good for him. Like, the Armored Orchid. You get Orchid, you're just that. Like, every time I feel like, okay, you can lift your hands off your keyboard the moment he catches you. And I also love that you were like, yeah, let's just see the CK die, because you tend to do this sometimes, I've noticed. You tend to, you know, like call plays before they actually happen. You almost got punished. You were right in the end, but almost. He almost survives even.
Now, thankfully, my casting MMR is still intact. Whew, thank God for that kill. But this CK, man, you know, we're hearing you talk about it, man, how gassed you are about the CK. Can you just imagine what conversations must be like in the Team Falcons camp? Skeeter just waking up and be like, bro, please, dog. Please, man, let's make a plan. Can we just put some CK into the mix? I don't care about the overall strategy. I just want to play CK. I'll just win games. Put me back in TI, guys.
Yeah, if they're winning all the tournaments, if this hero is... I mean, they're winning them anyway, but if this hero keeps on being buffed, you're not gonna lose much that side.
Well, while they're taking the tier 1 tower down bottom, Kiyotaka is finishing up his Aghanim Scepter here on this Meepo. Just got enough gold, it's all picked up right now. So when will 9 Pandas be ready to make further moves? We're waiting for the Blink Dagger, I guess, on the Axe, right?
Yeah, Blink Dagger Axe, Blink Dagger Meepo, but I would say they already lost. Like, it's over. That's my that's my call.
Enemy team has CK Weaver, it's over, boys.
I mean, you've got some CK, you've got some Phoenix Beastmaster big as well. I'm just kidding, of course. has the core. Is he gonna get out?
Phoenix, he already dived, so he should be in danger here. Does have Sunray, but does not have a TP scroll, so there's no way for him to escape this one. Saish has Sakuchi in a second. Alberca is here as well. He's making them work for it, you know?
Yeah, he's gonna go up. He's gonna go up. Yeah. Very nice. Oh, he eggs. This is a dead egg.
He eggs for this as well.
That's
okay. Egg is gonna get taken down quite easily. I'm not so sure he needed to egg there. He could have just like, he was dead anyway, right? There was no reason to do that.
Well, if he eggs and that egg stuns them, then maybe he can make some twin gate play with the dive. Like he could survive, but the level 1 egg, 3 heroes, and the Weaver didn't get hit by Fire Spirits, you were dying for sure. I feel like people are more willing as well to risk the egg now because of the mischance. Like you get this built-in mischance on Phoenix, so as long as you're hitting them like with your dots. So because of that, maybe players are more willing to risk it. But yeah, usually it's not worth it.
After that, the game has slowed down is the wrong term, but it's just been very slow in general from both teams. Everybody's just very happy to get their items, make a play here or there, but ultimately happy to scale into the latter portions of the game. And I can understand that rationale, right? CK, Ember, Beastmaster, Axe, Winring, Jamipo, everybody is very happy just accruing net worth. Well, maybe Axe wants to do stuff, but everybody else is just happy to farm as much as possible.
Yeah. I think the farming game, it all comes down to the execution, of course, but I do think the farming game benefits yes a bit more, depending on what items they go for. The only problem I do see is Ember not building, not being greedy at all. Like he's going full on defensive, this BKB next, and you're playing into an axe. Like even with this BKB, I feel like you can be dying. Well, let's see, Meepo mid. He's got Aghanim's, remember.
Yeah, but he's debating because his team is coming right behind him, and there's going to be the Axe call going in, catching multiple heroes. They burst through the CK. The Primal Roll will be there, back on his face, which allows him to kill off the Axe. But now Kasane, surrounded by some of these Meepo lanes, but with the help of Erase, they get the slide out onto Meepo. They kill him off. 2 heroes in exchange for 1. So although the Meepo, he was debating, turns out Yellow Submarine was ready, and they end up winning this small skirmish.
Yeah, they end up winning it, but they do lose their big ultimate win condition in this Chaos Knight, which is a bit unfortunate. He does die before. A cornucopia is there, and you can see the damage on Phoenix. Absolutely ridiculous, but that's how it usually goes when you're playing versus Meepo with an AoE hero. One thing that I have to say though, even though this Chaos Knight is absolutely busted, and I'm harping on how strong he is, the true carry of Yellow Submarine is actually Beastmaster. Like this game. This game, Beastmaster can turn into an unkillable hero. Like with the right itemization, like he literally becomes unkillable versus Meepo. So we'll see if he gets there, but it can be a really scary game to play into Kasane's Beastmaster.
When we saw in that for last fight, right, he was putting in work. Couple of slum hits on Axel 2 with the roll. It's like, wow, a surprising amount of damage that comes out very, very quickly. So shout out to Kasane. He's like halfway to BKB at this point as well.
You just have to be careful as well on Dire. When it comes to these initiations, and going on Meepo, you're probably gonna have a bad time. Because he's got tags, and he's gonna have Shard as well now. Going on him, your initiations are most likely going to fail. You have no AoE silence to prevent that Aghanims from happening, the Mega Meepo from happening.
Mega Meepo. Mega Meepo is going to be sitting with the Aegis of the Immortal now, chilling. They get it on the Dire side as well. I don't know, fight might still break out after this though. They do not have the Supernova for another 10 seconds, so Yellow Submarine probably are going to be happy to not directly jump them until at least that's available. They find nobody, free Aegis.
Yeah, good for them, because Alberca was just waiting. He's the only one that didn't leave the pit. He was just chilling there and waiting to see if anyone goes on Meepo, I can jump them from the back. So he was in a really good position. But yeah, no fights right now. We're gonna wait it out a little bit. Maybe this Meepo finalizes his Eagle song. He's gonna have the Disperser now. And the silences that you have from Orchid aren't as potent any longer.
New item did also just emerge from Dark Lord. We have the Gleipnir available. And that's the one thing we spoke about, like the relative lack of lockdown. It's only really the Axe and some of the Mega Meepo poof. So this will definitely help in that regard. Give them some much needed control, especially for these heroes. Like, you know, just having more roots against Ember Spirit is a necessity, I feel like, in a game like this.
Oh, 100%. And this guy on Ember, this Erase, this bro that has been losing lanes but winning games so far, he's almost got a BKB completed. So even those roots aren't really going to cut it. Axe will have to be the one, and Axe is leading the charge on CK now.
They're thinking about it, but they're like, we don't know about this one. Oh no, the Phantasm dodge of the Orcs call. Amazing. That Observer Ward, man, gave him the information he needed, and now they're going to try and take this fight. Meepo in the engagement. He does have an Aegis of the Immortal at the ready, and potentially thinking about going onto Ascador, but I think just want to force out the egg. Not going to succeed at that, though, because the dive is going to be good from the Phoenix. Man, what a play from Satanic. These 16-year-old reflexes, man, you love to see.
Yeah, that was... I don't think he even... What do you think? Did he check if they're jumping, or did he just insta-ult that when the smoke broke?
They had a ward.
I know.
He didn't blink immediately, right? He blinked like a second after, so I think you saw him. Like, well,
no.
I wouldn't have seen him. I'm too old, but I think he had the reaction. I think that was a reaction play for him.
He saw him for sure. I was thinking that he moved the camera to see if he's blinking in or not, but in any case, yeah, nice reactions from him. Unfortunately, one thing that I did notice in that fight is how fast his illusions died. His illusions were next to him though, so that's why, but still... once you commit, you have to commit with CK. That's one thing. You can't leave your illusions.
CK is a team player, man. They all go together. Nobody gets left behind. We're the strongest, apes strong together. That's the CK mountain.
Literally. Illusions strong together. Literally that. They're gonna get the Tormentor now. They're moving in with the Beastmaster. This should be fairly easy, right? No one's gonna die, right?
Okay,
Ascador? Support.
Oh my god. Both of them sub 100 HP by the time the Tormentor goes down. It's unfortunate that the shard doesn't go the way of the Phoenix, but nonetheless, it's not like you're going to complain about the telekinesis save either.
Yeah, it's still pretty solid. The Phoenix, you know, you usually get enough gold on this hero to farm up the shard anyway. I'm not sure what he's completed the vessel, but... Did he buy anything else? No, he's just got the vessel. Okay, he needs level 12. Like, you need it on Phoenix, and you need this shard to be very effective in these upcoming fights. And on the other side, I feel like you're already there. You can take engagements. You don't have to really wait for the BKB, and yeah, smoke up.
Yeah. They have the BKB almost finished on the Axe, but like you say, they don't need it. They have the Gleipnir on this Wind Ranger, so time to find somebody. But Yellow Submarine are also coming in for an engagement. Smoked up as 5.
No,
who will find whom first? Okay, they see the race. He doesn't get caught by the first Earthbind, dodges the second one with a slide. The third one connects, but will it be enough to kill him? No, it will not. BKB does get popped out by him. In the meantime, Axe goes onto the Rubik on the backside of the fight, but here comes Satanic, the CK, chomping through the Meepo, taking away the first life. The question is, can they re-engage? Kasane has already used the Primal Roll, so they're out of a little bit of control. That's why they have to pop the Supernova, and it's gonna get destroyed very, very easily. In the meantime, the Gleipnir went out onto Erase and Kasane, putting both of them in an awful position in the river. Kasane is the first to fall. Satanic on the high ground, at least trying to bring down Darklord before he expires, but he will not be able to do so. Gets hit with the shackle shot, caught out, killed off. Yellow Submarine lose 4, 9 Pandas. Only have to commit the Aegis for that one. Oh, and a buyback from the Axe, but definitely worth it.
Definitely worth it. They're really outplaying them in these fights. Like, these fights are so going 9 Pandas' way. They're wasting all the time of Yellow Submarine on objectives that aren't really... They're necessary and they're important, but if you waste the BKB or Phantasm to kill a Tombstone, it's not good enough. Like, that ain't it. Like, okay, he did take down Meepo as well on CK, but the way this fight goes is basically you need a BKB on Beastmaster with these drums of Slom when Meepo doesn't have Mega Meepo. Like, if you can get to this point, you're basically winning the fight. Also, on Phoenix, you need to use the egg when he has Mega Meepo. So I think what you need to do is plant the egg when the Mega Meepo is up to kite it out, because it doesn't last forever. after the Mega Meepo is done, then you go in somehow with the Beastmaster and Drums of Sloan. Like, this is all easy to say. It's much harder to force a fight to go this way, but that's why they're trying to qualify for TI. They gotta make these things happen.
I forget who it was. I was talking about how the mark of a genuinely world-class team isn't a team that wins when they're supposed to. It's when they win when they're not, have no business winning. Fights that legitimately make no sense. Those are what the best teams are capable of doing. That's what we need out of Yellow Submarine. Despite losing that fight, though, only a 3k net worth lead. And the big thing for me is that 9 Pandas were not able to exert that much map pressure afterwards. So there's still a lot of space for Yellow Submarine to farm, to keep things in control for themselves. The tier 2 towers are still alive and healthy, so bad fight, yes, but the game states didn't deteriorate that badly afterwards.
Oh, definitely it didn't, yeah. And you could also see the power of Phoenix in that fight. Once again, he needs to get his Sunray shard. He's farming the jungle. I don't think they'll fight before he gets that, even though he has level 12 and egg now. I think really you wait for that. It's going to make... It should at least make a big difference. And one extra thing is they just have to be careful with these BKBs. They're very important because the fights, the way Meepo wins now is he doesn't play a fight in a quick succession, like I'm gonna jump poof, blow you up. No, he's more about you go on me, I'm gonna go under with my dig shard, then if you still are there, I'm gonna use Mega Meepo, and after the Mega Meepo is done, you're probably wasted all your resources, and then I can kill you with my teammates. So it's more about that. And yeah, so far it did work out that way for him.
There was some moves in the top side of the map where this Meepo was farming Dire jungle, but weren't able to catch up to him. They still stacked up these yellow Suba heroes. It's looking like they might want to make a play. Does somebody have a smoke on them? They do on the Rubik, but it's in his backpack. Okay, we're just farming. False alarm, boys. Still about the greed game right now.
They might go. They have the shard now in Phoenix as well. They have everything on their Dire side. He's going for Bloodthorn next on CK, but that's kind of far, and we just might even see some move. I'm surprised on how passive both of these sides are. Like when you see how they're playing, but Meepo is in.
He jumps forward with the blink dagger, not able to find anybody. Only some balls on the ground. So the smoke move from 9 Pandas, they really wanted to find someone, get the kill before Roshan comes back. They will not be able to do so. So the next fight might actually break out around the pit. The big man is back, chilling on the Dire side right now. Both teams should be more or less aware of this timing. And 9 Pandas, they're already stacking up in this direction. They really do not want to give away the second Aegis.
Yeah, and I do love the way that both of these teams have kind of strong rush potential. Like on one side you have Egg around the pit, you have Beastmaster with his minions, you can just throw the boards in and give vision. On the other side you have Tombstone and Meepo, and it feels like Tombstone and Meepo will prevail. These guys are way too slow on Yellow Submarine. This is second time they're losing rush just to being very slow to react.
We'll see if they have the temerity to jump in on them after they already picked up the Aegis. They are stacking up for it, going for the long wraparound play, hoping to catch somebody on the retreat. Maybe somebody takes a twin gate out, but Solo is marshalling his troops. He is ready. He's like, guys, they are coming for us. Do not split. Do not be separated. And looks like Yellow Submarine is still going to go for this?
It seems that way, yeah. The problem is if they go around this cliff, it's really difficult because of vision, but this high ground here where the power shot just went through, maybe. It all depends, like, you can still take a fight even though they have Aegis trees. It's definitely not going to be favored for you. But if you put the fight in the right position, like around some high ground where you can set up all your spells properly, then it's still okay. Because they wasted some spells in the pit, and you know that.
Looks like instead of just assaulting them directly, they will go for the circuitous route and just cut waves behind them. We've been seeing this so much in these Eastern European qualifiers, man. Teams falling behind and being like, well, I guess we're playing some Alliance Dota, boys. Not TI13, it's TI3 today.
Yeah, every 10 years you have to go back to the rat. That's the way it goes.
There should be like a contractual obligation.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, so then this year's going to be Rat Dota. Then next year should be what? Ultra fast 15-minute push meta like TI4?
Exactly. In some Chen minute 13 games. end the game in 30 minutes. But
lane, we get. Oh my god, dude! Erased, got erased. He just got caught. Dude, why did he die so quickly? Dark Lord was there with the focus fire. Kiyotaka had the poofs. Man, he just evaporated, middle.
That was very quick. Like, I didn't expect him to die that quickly. He didn't even get the chance to pop his BKB. Yeah, and his deaths are, well, his lives are gonna be even more difficult now because Meepo has a Hex completed. And it doesn't get any easier for Ember. Like, your BKB, after he buys that Hex, becomes very useless. Like, if he can jump you, now he has a target. Now this target is Ember. Always jump him with the blink. I mean, anyone, really. It's gonna go
They're gonna try to
probably.
spin back for the boy by going onto Alberca.
Ooh.
And just like the Ember Spirit died really quickly, the Axe also dies really quickly. Yatoro, or Satanic, Yatoro's apprentice, able to dish out the damage. And they're going for more. They find Solo here. He does not have any way out of this one. He is dead for sure. Satanic with a double kill for himself on the CK. Okay.
The Blood Torn.
That always feels good.
It's the Blood Torn, basically. It's like... I can't talk about CK and how strong this hero is anymore, but really, like, once you get this Blood Torn as well and you go on someone with your strong illusions, they just disappear. This Axe, I mean, he's not really squishy. He's got 2.3k HP. He's got Blade Mail, Double Bracer. he melted, disappeared.
Yeah. He's also got 6.4 armor from the Court of Blood. Definitely not a squishy target, but very easy to kill if CK is nearby. And they will leverage their prior victory to put pressure out into the mid lane, pushing back on this tower. Here comes Kiyotaka though, Erase gets off his BKB, and now they're gonna turn onto the Meepo, trying to kill him off. To take away the first life, the egg now will get popped. There's no axe to bail him out of this one. Kiyotaka is in a world of trouble. And he's gonna be digging himself out of danger, trying to survive this one. But I don't know about this one, Liz. They're putting in the hurt on this Meepo and they kill him off. Dark Lord now with his own BKB, just trying to get away from the fight. Alberca respawns, jumps in, gets the call, and they bring down the Phoenix. In the meantime, Solo's tombstone gets removed and his life gets taken away as well. So Alberca, although you found the kill on the Phoenix, my friend, you're going right back into the fountain. Respawned just to grant a double kill to Satanic. And Yellow Submarine, man, they win a fight right in front of the base of the Radiant lineup. They're going to put in a lot of hurt on the real estate of 9 Pandas now.
Yeah, not to die back, sorry, from Axe, but he respawns, dies instantly again. These fights, they need to go like this for Yellow Submarine. They just have to be crazy. Like, you have to get some crazy pick off on Axe and then force some fight afterwards. They can't be composed fights in which Radiant can do whatever they want to, set up the fights their way. But honestly, at this point, I feel like it's gonna be a hard uphill battle for 9 Pandas. They need to find the right blink hex targets every single fight to take them. This, if you just check the Chaos Knight, he's got this shiny little new red item on the 3rd slot, like Heart of Tarask. He's got 4.3k HP with the armlet toggled. Like, you're probably not killing him, you're not zapping him instantly. Oh, he's gonna try.
16 health regen. They're gonna try go for him though. They got the Hex out with the proofs. Sunray will be right behind him to pop him back up in the HP department. Kiyotaka, lower than he wants to be in the HP department, will decide to pivot targets onto the Phoenix instead, and they do get that kill. But here comes Kasane. Kasane threw out the Primal Roar on the far edge of the fight just to be able to bring down this Axe. And look at him go with the drops of Swamp BKB. He ends up getting himself a double kill, forcing Dark Lord to pop a cheese. And on the northern side of the fight, Kiyotaka in Mega Meepo mode, just trying to get the hell away from Eraser and King here. But they do not catch him. They just were like a second away from having the Slide of Fist chains being available. Sadly, it doesn't happen, so he will live. But another one fight for Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, this is not just a one fight. This is basically your high ground push. Meepo has no Mega Meepo, he has no dig. You know it, there is no BKB. There is a BKB mid-ranger, my bad. It's back off cooldown. Like, at least they can use that, but they tried. That was the perfect setup. I was just talking about how this Chaos Knight is probably not killable. They try to go on him and they get punished for it. If you want to go on this Chaos Knight as 9 Pandas, you have to do it all together. Like, it's not only Meepo blinking and hexing. Like, you need to have an Axe follow up instantly. You need to have everyone ready. If you don't, you're not killing him.
Especially if he has a Phoenix behind him. You're just literally not taking damage. You're just standing there. I'm like, well,
He heals.
all right, boys.
He heals a ton from his Chaos Strike as well. That's also something. Like, the lifesteal is pretty solid.
And unfortunately, on the Radiant side, nobody is carrying around a Spirit Vessel or anything like that. Even though he doesn't have Manta, he doesn't have BKB. They don't have the necessary debuffs, so he'll just stand his ground in the midst of these engagements. Life is good for Yellow Submarine. 11k gold lead right now. They got a lane of Rax Metal. And I presume they're going to be angling towards the third Roshan. If it's on Radiant side, maybe they get themselves the banner to try and end the game, but life is feeling very positive for them right now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about an item that can change things, and I don't see it happening from 9 Pandas. Sadly as well, look, you're forcing this Meepo to do everything. He needs to jump in, he needs to deal the damage, he needs to survive, he needs to bait spells, he needs to initiate with a Hex. And your Wind Ranger, meanwhile, at the same time has BKB Lincolns, Gleipnir, not even Lincolns completed. Now, I understand the Lincolns. If he doesn't have it, he literally dies in a Bloodthorn. Post BKB, he just dies to the CK. But I don't know how you win these fights. Like, I literally don't see the damage where it comes from for Radiant. There is none. Like, they missed their timings.
Yeah, like this would be a different story if Dark Lord had like some Daedalus or something. At the very least with the focus fire, but yeah, the way things are looking right now, Yellow Submarine behind this indomitable CK of Satanic are just slowly getting themselves into a winning position. Oh no, Kiyotaka? His Meepo-lings top? Will they actually get them? Kiyotaka's in trouble here. The roar will come out from Kasane. I think they've got him. Stone and Tombstone getting dropped down as well by Rue. And Meepo, he knows it's up. He knows we're done. Kiyotaka, sorry mate. Wish you all the best in the fountain, brother. And this is just before Roshan respawn. It's up in 5 seconds. Are they gonna go check?
He forced the egg. I mean, I guess that's something, but it's really, really not enough.
That's the ultimate copium I've ever heard from you before.
Gotta copium a little bit.
Yeah. This game... Okay, so there's no one particular item that you can envision, but is there any place that they can take, at the very least, favorable fights on the map? Like, can they try and force a Roshan fight, maybe hold on the high ground? Where's the best place for them to mount a stand if they have a chance of winning?
Fountain.
In the fountain. Okay. I see.
If they somehow manage to bait them, you know, I've seen that in Eastern European qualifiers. I've seen a team lose because they dive the fountain. It wouldn't be the first time. So maybe if you manage to bait them out like that, there is some potential. But honestly, this game is... it's rough to say. I want to keep it entertaining. I want to keep it, you know, like watchable, but it's rough. It's really difficult to take down the CK once, yet alone twice now.
Dota gives them a 17 probability chance of winning this game. Well, as we know in Dota, 17% is a magical number. They're going to try and leverage that number as they jump onto Satanic, but holy based! What? Isn't that their strongest hero, Lizard? There's no more Meepo. He doesn't have buyback either. Alberca will find himself also caught outside the base, easily killed off. Dark Lord hexed up, forced to pop a BKB and just run as Solo drops a Tombstone, but him and the Tombstone killed off almost instantly by the CK. There are buybacks, but they do not have the big buyback, the Meepo one. And without it, they have no prospect of winning these fights. GG, well played is called. Yellow Submarine win game 1 in emphatic fashion yet again. The Satanic Chaos Knight, man.
Tiny in general in the game as a position 2. As a position 1, sure, Tiny is really strong right now. I love the Aghanims on Underlord build as well. A lot of root potential. Okay, I am in...
you talked yourself into supporting Yellow Super.
Exactly. I talked myself into it. A little bit at least.
Well, you are the 2-0 merchant, so for your reputation to keep holding, Yellow Submarine will have to cop the W here. Definitely have good prospects to do it, but 9 Pandas... This drop's going to be... There's not a lot of wombo combo. Fun stuff is going to happen in fights here. Like, this is going to be a very execution-heavy game, so... And 9 Pandas, especially Kiyotaka, always the guy I want to rely on when I just need solid button clicking. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Solid button clicking. He can even play Meepo. I'm sure he can play Tiny. He is a good Tiny, so we'll see how that goes for him. But you do have illusion-based hero, but you don't have that broken illusion-based hero like you had in game number 1, or yellow Suba, the way you call them.
The battle begins.
You know something? Haven't you noticed something about like some of these upcoming carry players? Satanic here in Yellow Submarine, Low in China. Why do so many of them get big and on playing illusion heroes? You're like TBs, PL, CK. What is it about these kids, man?
I'll tell you why. Because these heroes, basically to become a pro player right now, I mean, kind of always, but specifically right now, you need to be like rank 5, rank 1 even. And illusion-based heroes win MMR. That's always been the case. If they're strong and in the meta, it's much easier to win games with them than if someone like Ursa is strong and in the meta. It's just like illusion-based heroes that win games no matter what, because they just force the enemy team into bad decision-making.
Let's see what the decision-making will be in this game. The lane start out mid. Should be fine for both sides. Everyone's just going to farm, do their thing. Not anticipating any big action happening. Top lane, there's going to be a little bit of a skirmish between Saish and Askador. But there is kill threat here on this side of the map. Mars with the Dark Willow can definitely make life difficult for Askador. Mars is actually coming in behind him. Askador, okay, he's thinking about which direction to go, but he will end up being fine.
Yeah, messing up a little bit of this creep pull as well. The range creep will die. Oh, he even gets the deny.
Oh, deny. What a player, dude.
Oof,
He's a better man than me, though. I would have tipped him immediately as I did that.
That's a rough move right there. Like these range creeps, man. They of course they give a lot of experience. So them being denied, and at the same time you're losing some experience on the other side.
Dude, you got another one. That's 2 range creep denies.
That's illegal.
Illegal gameplay.
Honestly illegal. If you have Mars with God's Rebuke, it's kind of illegal.
So how's things faring in the bottom side of the map? Kasane and Rue, they're just chilling, man.
I think mid lane is what our boys are trying to show us. Because mid lane is going kind of rough for the Storm right now, but he did get a full wave under the tower and he's making a comeback. It's kind of stock standard, normal. Always difficult in this first wave versus a 3-man or rock man with the 3, I should say.
Yeah, he'll be fine though. He's about to hit level 4, so he'll be A-okay. Besides, this is a race, man. We have literally not seen a race win a single lane. You always come out at a disadvantage and it still performs in the game, so he's okay.
I love that the Kiyotaka is just spamming toss as well. He's got that face it, the crash landing. He doesn't have the other one. Can't even remember what the other one is. The carry one. Let me check. I'm gonna go into heroes.
You mean you haven't memorized every single facet? Lizard, what's
insurmountable. Tiny gain status and slow resistance from strength. Like that one. The one where Gaben was like, okay, you're tiny, you're a rock, you don't need a Black King bar.
Rocks can't get stunned, right? Top lane, they will end up getting themselves a kill. The first blood onto Saish. Askador playing really, really well on this Crystal Maiden. Able to put in some more work. And this time around, it's not going to be the Satanic first blood happening in favor of 9 Pandas. So this lane, things looking really good for Yellow Suba.
Yeah, as the core denying double range creeps, getting some kills now as well. With that first metamorphosis, really nicely done. They're these two in that lane. I'm just looking at top lane. I'm sorry to everyone. Bot lane is also very important, of course. We have another carry down bot, but top lane has a lot of these little mini things that are happening between the CM and the TB.
They're playing really well. Keeping their pressure up, keeping the farm going. At some point, they might want to make another move onto Saish if he gets marinated a bit more, but Askador only has the 1 blood grenade. They'll need to watch their timings And maybe wait for the metamorphosis. Up in 25 seconds, so we'll see what happens then.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you can leave this lane alone until meta is up. If a kill happens, it's gonna happen on the TB, not the other way around. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Kasane is finally starting to pick up. Like, he was zoned out a little bit up to this point, but now he's got like 2 waves under the tower that he farmed. Level 3, no Pit of Malice just yet, but no kill potential as well. Like, that's the difficult part. Like, you're playing into a 3 and gyro, a lot of heals.
Yeah. Pretty much nothing's going to be happening here. Boring side of the map. Also, a quick shout out to Kasane. The last time I saw him when we were in Seattle, he gave me some fire album recommendations.
Dude, why is everyone giving you shit? Like,
I don't know.
Metrim gave you chocolate. This guy gave you... What kind of corruption is this? Are you paid to... Is this like some, I'm gonna give you chocolate, you talk nicely about me in the game? Is that happening?
Maybe it's like, you give me stuff, I'll stop flaming you. I'll stop talking trash.
I see.
We might have a little bit of a skirmish in the mid lane because they are going to start contesting for these runes. Unfortunately, though, Erase is level 6, so there's literally no hope of killing him right now. They just want to get these runes and be happy.
I'm going to start spamming my PayPal address in the lobby before the game starts.
Send me something, I'll say nice things.
Want to be complimented, boys? When I end up on a highlight reel? €5.
Well, €5. I wish Ru would have sent you that money because he needs some help right now. Getting killed off while surrounded by these 9 Pandas heroes.
Ru is
and
just...
they got the double damage rune as well. Amplified damage picked up too.
Ru was just in the perfect position to break an action happening on Storm. He's just the masterful Shadow Demon player, reading the enemy side, knowing what to do. You see, that was just a showcase of what can happen, Ru. So $5 if you want me to continue. And $5 isn't a lot. That's like a Twitch sub.
Yeah, 1 Twitch sub. Okay, how about instead of giving you $5, they subscribe to your Twitch?
No, don't do that because you're giving Bezos money.
Oh, okay, I see. Top lane, the Metamorphosis is online, so they're trying to leverage it against Alberca. Frostbite will be there. The Brambles will create quite a bit of space. He is getting himself into the tree. He's actually going to live. They spear back the Crystal Maiden onto the tree. Very nice pickup there. And at the same time, they lose the life of the Shadow Demon down on bottom.
Yeah, but look what Satanic did. Read the chat. Read the chat.
Oh, he denied the Wisdom Rune.
He denied the other Wisdom Rune. Yeah. He sent an illusion, denied the Wisdom Rune while CM was dying. Honestly, I think that's worth it. Like, CM dying, but you deny the Wisdom Rune, I really think that's worth it. Like, the supports not getting that Wisdom Rune is massive. So, getting that away from them for a life of CM, I'll take it.
Crystal Maiden, and you're playing CM, you will probably anticipate quite a few deaths in the game, so not really a big problem for him. Things have yet again started to slow down a little bit, a bit more passivity, but Kiyotaka's like, nah guys, we can try and make something happen if they do find the appropriate rune, but they will not. They get unlucky, it spawns on the other side, and they were hoping to maybe run down the CM on the high ground, but she's already gone.
Yeah, he's gone. They do have this nice ward that scouts the hard camp stack, but this hard camp stack is going to be farmed by these 2 supports. I love it. This is like the true love between 4 and a 5, you know? You start spamming some spells, taking hard camp, getting some experience. Because Wisdom Rune has been taken on both sides, right? On one side... No, actually, Ru did take his own. Never mind. I was wrong. He just died afterwards.
Yeah. We see a race, he got an Invis rune, made a rotation bottom. Unfortunately for him, there was already a sentry planted down by Solo. When did Solo even get this out? He literally just got it out. It's a fresh ward. And that gives them the information needed to not get killed off. Gyrocopter just twin gates to the other side of the map to stay safe and keep farming.
Also, you know, your Gyro is level 6, he's got phases, ulti, and he's going back bottom, like now that... Okay, the gank has been dodged. Go back in, farm under the tower. Storm has to go back mid because it's been pushed. Very slow game so far, but it might all break loose once these supports get levels. I think that's the problem. Like, no supports just are far away from 6.
Yeah. All of them are level 4 right now, so it's going to be a while before they have that ability. In the meantime, you know, Kiyotaka will just happily farm away for his Blink Dagger, so maybe that'll be their impetus to go. But if we get Blink first, then hopefully we get Blink around the time that these level 6s emerge. Then we have this massive power spike to leverage on the map.
He's gonna get it fairly quickly, like minute 11, 12 maybe even sooner, depending on does he have any stacks in the jungle? No stacks, but he'll be able to get it. Like, it's your mid lane Tiny after all. And like, looking at the map, he can literally blow up anyone but the Underlord. Every single hero he goes on, he's gonna need some support, of course, like a Bedlam or something. And that's maybe the only issue I see with their draft. Like, he only has Dark Willow to truly play with once he gets his Blink.
Race just zipping in to try and steal a rune. Solo will take the illusion down bottom. That will feel pretty nice once they do have the Bedlam available. But yeah, it's yet again a lot of responsibility on the shoulders of Kiyotaka to create
like,
the moves and control the tempo.
Like, do you really want to play with Mars? Yes, you do, but he's not going to help you way too much. Some arena spear. When you look at Mars as well, he's got 3-3-0, right? Like, his build is all about just farming and pushing. He doesn't really have to join any fights at the moment.
Farm, farm, farm. This is a right-click simulator happening right now. Only 4 kills at this point in the game. While this is happening, though, Kiyotaka is going to put pressure middle with the Sea Dragon. But Askador's near. Never mind. He's got the Frostbite. Tower shouldn't take too much damage. Let's see. What neutrals items did people pick up? Sayush got himself the Safety Bubble. What an item. Royal Jelly for Kiyotaka. Some Seeds of Serenity for Gyro. Yo, really? Real talk, dude. This Seeds of Serenity item with the new facet, with the Gyrocopter. Yo, you just grief the opponent when you have this. Just run at them. And they're like, well, we actually kind of have to back, guys, because this guy is much, much tankier, is much more sustained than we thought was possible, and is too speedy for us to reliably catch unless we commit a lot of spells on him.
But what exactly about him is it that makes it so good?
There's movement speed talent, the facet, sorry, the afterburner one. So you just like run around them. It's sort of like playing with Weaver. Mid lane, Erase gets himself tossed into the opponents, and there's gonna be the arena spear, catches him, and they do manage to kill him off. King does come in, throws in the Metamorphosis. They're hoping to punish Kiyotaka for this move. They will succeed in this endeavor. Can they get more though? Kasane is here too with the Pit of Malice, but nobody is in range. So it's just going to be mid for mid here in this lane. And we'll deal with something. We don't know. They at least try to put some damage onto the tower before the meta finishes.
So much stuff on the ground, man. Oh, he may die. He needs to swap.
Is he dead?
Oh, nice, nice.
Shadow Demon there with the disruption and the freezing field from Askador.
That was sweet.
On the high ground, they outplayed Dark Lord. The tips going in towards the Titanic. And now it looks like Solo is also going to get himself killed off as Erase has respawned, re-joins the fight. What a play from Yellow Submarine, man.
He still has mech on Kasane as well. Like, okay, the Tiny is back up. Kasane might die in the end. Blink. Let's see.
Blink up in one. Gonna go for it. Should be able to bring down at least Kasane.
But you're so mad if you're 9 Pandas, right? Right now, with Gyro doing that move, you have to feel terrible because he did everything right. Like, he connected to the fight, he used his ulti, he used the homing missile, but he got baited mega hard by Rue. First, everyone is tipping Satanic, sure, that's great, but Rue was the one that used that disruption in the perfect timing. Like, homing missile doesn't connect, and you can swap all that damage, all that Sunder. Erase.
Oh my gosh. Well, you were talking about that combo of Bedlam on Tiny when they jump on Storm Spirit, and we see it a demonstration because he died really, really fast there.
And it's the Bramble Maze as well, right? Like, you get comboed, and then on top of that, you fall into brambles. You can't just zip out.
Is Saish later on gonna get a psychic headband? So we'll see those pushes into more brambles again.
Yeah, get a force staff, push him around, you know, like, just push him around the brambles.
After these couple of skirmishes, they didn't end up having to deny their tier 1 tower middle, but Very similar to like in game one, even though these skirmishes are happening, everybody is farming. And Kasane is also starting to take down this ancient side, getting closer and closer towards picking up his pipe. There's a lot of magic damage on the 9 Pandas lineup. Literally all their heroes deal magic damage, so this pipe is going to put in marvelous amounts of work.
I love how you said that. Everyone is farming. Everyone is farming. I'm just a poor old farmer.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
Exactly.
I'm just farming.
Just a farming. But yeah, everyone's just farming. Meanwhile, Tiny and Dark Willow, they're the only ones actually having to do some solid work, some hard work, and now Gyro is joining them.
Okay, they're gonna just go on to Rue. Gonna buy space and time with the disruption, but I don't think they want to re-engage on top of this. And they also ping out bottom. They see Kasane. He was slowed down by the grasp of the treant. Blink should be available soon from Kiyotaka, so they should be able to get and kill Kasane. Overgrowth holds him in position. The damage is coming out. This took a while though. Like,
they're not responding.
Not as fast as they were hoping for, but yeah, I was surprised that they weren't responding given how long it took them to kill him.
Okay, Nade, this is...
Erase? Is he gonna die? Yes, he will, dude. Alberca actually caught him with the spear.
No, Alberca was the first one. He jumped behind, he speared into the tower, and then Tiny joined in. I mean, okay, you don't have to respond to these fights, but you cannot die on the other side of the map then. You have to find something. Like, you just lost the Shadow Demon and the Underlord. You have tier 1, tier 2. All the time in the world to respond to that. And this Underlord really lived for a long time. Even the toss failed. He used it on the Treant instead of him. But then the Storm dies on the other side of the map, and like you can't even justify not joining that fight anymore.
Yeah. It might fight middle again because Kiyotaka still continues to make things happen, tossing back Rue, but not into the team though. Erase, jumping the backline onto Solo. They're hoping to kill him off, but it also makes space to kill Kiyotaka as they get out the metamorphosis. The king has shown up and he has reclaimed his throne, destroying this Tiny. And they finally find themselves responding adequately to the aggression of 9 Pandas.
Oh, this is exactly my point. I don't think that they're weak at all right now. They had meta in that last engagement as well. They had Storm, full mana, full HP. They just didn't want to use it. Storm, by the way, even though he's got Galvanized, he's not going Meteor Hammer first. He's doing the Eternal Shroud. I do like this because, I mean, I kind of like it and I don't. I like it because he needs to stay alive against this burst damage from Tiny. And he has Blink Phylactery already, so that's like he can solo you at this point. So getting that Eternal Shroud or even just the Cloak will help you. However, it won't help you against all the control. Arena.
Going on to the Terrorblade. So far it's a 1v1 fight, but Kiyotaka has now made it a 2v1. Going on top of him. Can they kill him before the Sunder? No, they cannot. He gets the Sunder off, turns onto Kiyotaka, and here's Ascodor. Just needs a couple of spells. There will be a little bit of heal coming in from Solo, but Kasane, he ports through. He wants to make sure they win this fight. Erase, his zip-in will... initially just targeting the Mars there, so it's only 1 kill. I'm surprised they let Kiyotaka go, but they take the guaranteed kill instead of forcing what could be a dangerous fight.
Yeah, that was so clutch. The Sunder on point. Well played, Satanic, once again.
Dude, this kid is... Yeah, he's really good. He's the one, bro. This guy's really good.
On the other side, one guy to definitely praise would be Solo. Like, he positioned the Bramble. I know it's a small thing, but he healed up the Tiny and positioned Brambles so that Underlord can't get on top of him.
Kiyotaka and the boys, they were going to try and contest this haste rune. They don't catch Erase, but they do find Ascodor. Okay, fine. They don't get the haste rune. You get a free CM kill, that always feels fine.
Some BKBs will come soon from all these skills on 9 Pandas. Gyrocopter almost complete. I think it's completed actually, yeah. Gyro has his. Meanwhile, not Underlord, Mars is still kind of far away, but he's working towards it, so you're gonna have some BKBs against the Storm, which will come in handy versus Shadow Demon CM as well, and of course Underlord and all his roots.
Speaking of the Underlord with the roots, Kasane not going for the Aghanim Scepter just yet, opting for the Crimson Guard to lead things off with, making himself even tankier. It's gonna take much longer to kill him. I'm still like bugging on how long it took them to kill him. And he does have Fiend's Gate, so he might avail himself to this gank attempt down bottom. They're going to go on to Kiyotaka. They find him underneath the Observer Ward, and they easily kill him off. No escape for the Rockman. Beautiful play from Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, nicely done once again. And Underlord, of course, he's just out pushing top lane. Fiend's Gate actually is used, but for the gyro on top, he's
Okay.
I mean, he's got a BKB. I think this was probably a play before they noticed it, because it just doesn't work.
Might try to jump him though. Alberca wants to lead things off. They get out the arena, spear him back, and they should be able to bring him down. The Bedlam doing quite a bit of work there. So good kill for the side of 9 Pandas. Kind of punishing that they knew for a fact Underlord was
Middle tower.
pretty much all alone top lane.
Yeah, he got punished. That gate wasn't really on point, and the moment the gate disappeared, he got punished. Unfortunate. What can you do? Storm. See, yeah, he's got a region. He's getting all the runes this game. That's something that needs to be said. Like, if he is not finding the rune, then Tiny isn't finding it as well. Someone is denying it. But all the runes that have spawned, I feel like Storm got it. Besides that one arcane.
You know, sometimes you just get those lucky days, man.
Yep.
Everything is just coming up in your favor. All the runes are spawning nicely. You get good camps in the jungle. You find what you need to in your neutral stash. Life can be good. And he's pretty much finished with the Eternal Shroud. It's being delivered right now. And looks like they're stacking up to try and make something happen once this item arrives. Rue already ready with the smoke. They're definitely going to try move for a play, I think.
What I really like is, even though he was going for this shroud, that's kind of, you know, like when you think about the item, it's definitely more that it's the ultimate defensive item. But he was playing very aggressively. He was making moves all the time. He's got 1 kill and 3 assists, but that's half of his teams, so it's still quite a bit.
Let's see if they can find themselves Alberca here. Is he gonna wander into the lane? He doesn't yet. They know where he's at though. Erase jumps directly onto his face. Even Fiend's gated for this
They
one.
can maybe rush with
Sanye
this.
comes in. Yeah, they can. They have meta. Just popped right now by Satanic. So time to go into the Roshan pit. Say hi to the big man.
Yeah. The moment you see that Fiend's Gate and the meta, you know they're going to rush, because they had enough. They had enough without the meta to kill off the Mars, but they're running. Like, this is a smoke. Without the Aghanim, it needs to be set on Gyro, but they want to take this fight.
Roshan falling very, very low. Only 1,000 health left. Can they get here in time? They were drawing the line around, but they decided to chicken out at the last second. The Aegis will go the way of the Storm Spirit, the best Aegis carrier in the entire game of Dota 2.
Unfortunately, they chicken out, because I think this is a fight they can take. Rue?
Okay, Rue's gonna sit at that. Crystal Maiden will TP out. So it's only gonna be the Shadow Demon that they find here.
Yeah. Like, look, if you take this fight as Radiant, you know you're taking it into meta that's running out, into Storm that lost 90% of his mana 100% because he needs to use it, and he used a lot of it on the Mars kill. So they maybe could have taken it, but they were a little bit too scattered on the map.
Yeah. Also, unbeknownst to them, the Freezing Fuel was committed as well, so they wouldn't have to worry about that big ultimate either. Would have been nice.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, right?
Yeah. Well, Dota's always a game about leveraging information. And sadly, well, there's also risks to what they were doing, right? So you can understand why they opted to play it safe in that moment instead. Now it's time to play the dodge game. Do not engage the team that has an Aegis Storm Spirit. We just play and farm, finish the Ags on Dark Lord, get the BKB out on the Tiny, and then the moment the Aegis goes down, then we try and make a play.
Yeah, but who's happier with this? Like, who enjoys farming this game a bit more? I would argue it's Yellow Submarine. Like, seeing Storm, Underlord, and Terrorblade, I'm kind of more afraid of them. And Alberca, who's kind of, how to put it, like a wild card on 9 Pandas. Like, he's the one that's been shut down in these last couple of moves. He's the lowest core on the map, so you don't have to worry about him that much. Like, he could really make a difference if he was big, but he isn't, unfortunately, for 9 Pandas. They do have Ags now on Gyro. It's up in 5 gold.
They finished the Ags on Gyro, they got a BKB out on their Mars. And they also dodged this fight very well. They knew that Yellow Submarine were trying to leverage the strength strength of this Aegis. So they're like, you know what? We are just not going to let you do that. We're gonna play together, play very, very safe as well. And the only person that's showing in a random part of the map is this Dark Willow. But if you come to kill her, great. Less pressure on us in the mid lane.
Yeah, I don't think you leave this triangle. You probably just push on the tier 1 tower on top, cut the wave maybe mid and look for a fight. TB though, he did TP down bottom. So I was wrong. Like, they're gonna bail. They're letting them take over the Radiant side of the jungle.
And also, with the fact that TB is down bottom, they had an observer ward that just saw Storm and the Shadow Demon. So they don't have to be as afraid of being completely overran. And yeah, they immediately start spreading out, de-warding the triangle. They're playing with a bit more confidence. They're like, guys, they're not going to fight us right now. They're too split.
Yeah, but what this does mean is that Yellow Submarine, their read on the game is we're stronger late. And that's it. Like, we don't have to force things. We have this Storm Terrorblade combo, and it's stronger than the Gyro Tiny combo. That's what it screams to me, at least. Let's wait for the BKB on TB, fight afterwards. I think that's fair, even though you have Aegis. Maybe you could be a bit more active.
Activity is coming now as Urace goes in with the amplified damage rune, hoping to try and bring down this Dark Willow. And I think she is definitely going to die. Sorry, Sayesh. But Alberca's here with Kiyotaka. They're thinking about re-engaging. He goes on the backlines, finds the support inside the arena. They have removed the Dark Willow, but with Kiyotaka's help, big avalanche combo brings down the Storm and the Crystal Maiden. But that's an Aegis life. The Storm will be back. BKBs have been popped by 9 Pandas. They're mounting a hasty retreat here. But now that Erase is back, full mana, get directly onto Kiyotaka once the BKB expires. So this Tiny is going to die. They buy back though on the Dark Willow. Mereska wants to return, but Solo in the meantime dies after he throws out his overgrowth. He was hoping to maybe hold things out for the Dark Willow to return, but way too much damage available from Satanic.
They lost that fight, and it looked like the best fight possible for them. Like, this Tiny clips 3 with his AoE damage, with the toss, with the avalanche, with the right clicks. Like, he literally went ham in that arena. They killed off the Storm because he literally had no mana after he tried to go for the Dark Willow, and they still lose the fight in the end. That's rough.
Yeah. Tough times right now to be a fan of the 9 Panda squad. Another lost fight. That was a buyback and a tier 1 tower taken. Okay, Gyro, Dark Lord. Okay. I thought they saw him, but they did not. They just leave on the side of Yellow Suba. So after this, right, with things going that disastrously, what now on the side of 9 Pandas? You played the fight with your BKBs. Would it be better for them to maybe go on a different target that's not the Aegis Storm in the future? Like, pick off, try actually kill everybody else?
Usually the Storm Aegis is not the best target, but he won't have it. He doesn't have it anymore, so you did take that Aegis away, and you also showcase that you can take him down fairly easily if he's out of position. He's got that Meteor Hammer now to work with, by the way. This is, yeah, he's reached this point. This is the annoying point where he has 30 mana regen, just built-in 30 mana regen with Galvanized. It's a rough one. Like, you need to control him from 100 to 0, or he'll just be insane in these fights.
Yeah, he's gonna get the Aghanim Scepter as well, so that's a little bit more stat padding, make him even more difficult to kill. And it'll give us the potential for the combo, right? Blue hole into the Meme Hammer. It's gonna be awesome. And now with this kill onto Solo, he gets even closer towards that goal.
Yeah, you can see that he's always carrying a dust. Everyone in the chat that's playing mid, look at this man. He's got a dust. He's carrying it. Even though he's a core, he's not spamming where dust support, where detection pinging when he misses a kill. No. He does it on his own. He also does lose the tier 3 token, but might go back for it. Let's see. Yeah, he's gonna find it.
Let's see, what is he going to pick up for himself? Okay, Ceremonial Robe. Always very nice on this hero. What are some of the ones we have here? Orb of Destruction right now on the TB. Kasane has an Ogre Seal Totem. OST. What an item. What an item. I really hate that item, but not as much as I hated Tumblr's Toy. I really hated that item.
I love OST.
This I still don't know.
I love it. I love the fact that it doesn't have a channel anymore. It just instantly goes as well. Like just in insta flop. I like it. I think it's one of those items that like they help certain heroes in certain situations. It's not like completely broken, but it's like any mobility neutral item can be considered, I guess, a bit broken.
I think the one thing that you should not get for free in Dota is mobility. That's mobility is such a broken mechanic in this game. That's the one thing it should always be a massive investment for you to increase your movement on the map.
Oh, that's fair. I kind of agree, but it's not like the best ever mobility. You don't really go too far, but it just buys a little bit of time for you sometimes, and that extra strength, of course, is nice.
I might not like it, but like I said, it's not Tumblr's Sword. That one was really, for the stage of the game especially that you got it, that was really silly. But we are not about the past. We have to consider the future, my friend. And the future is Roshan. 45 seconds away. He will be respawning on the Radiant side. How do they contest this Aegis for 9 Pandas and make sure the Storm doesn't get another Aegis?
It will be maybe a difficult one because the Storm also found an arcane rune. It's bottled right now. Has that gem to play with, no more dust, so not really worried about being under vision as well. And but one thing needs to be said in that last game, Yellow Submarine, they weren't the best when it came to taking rush fights. They gave away a couple of those to 9 Pandas. 9 Pandas don't have a good rush taking team, but they still can do it if they catch Yellow Submarine off guard. But it's gonna be a rough one.
Fortunately for them, Yellow Suba have not made that trek to the Roshan pit just yet.
It's just going high ground. High ground when Gyro is just about to complete his butterfly. It's flying out to the secret shop.
And they jump him though. He doesn't get off his BKB list. They gonna kill him. Darklord doesn't have the evasion either, so he's just gone. No buyback because he bought out for this item. Now we're gonna see the zip onto Solo on the south side of the fight. He gets killed off. In the meantime, Satanic has been happily on the high ground, wailing away onto Alberca, forcing him to retreat into the fountain. And with Kasane showing up through the Fiend's Gate, dropping down the Pit of Malice, makes it impossible for 9 Pandas to come back and protect this lane of Rax. What a time to be alive, man. Yellow Suba, who needs Roshan? We're just coming at you on the high ground.
Yeah, I was talking about the butterfly on Gyro. Butterfly is already completed on the king. The new king. The old has died, long live the new. He's got the butterfly, and yeah, this man is just not the satanic. Sorry, the Skadi is really what's making this game unbelievably hard for Gyro. Like he gets clipped by that Skadi of TB, and he just can't get away. The Mars Arena was way too slow and way too far. And of course, like you mentioned, Gyro not popping the BKB on time made sure that he's gonna die there. What's the
next fight gets harder as well because they also just got Aghanim Scepter, so they have Blue Hole now available for erase.
Yeah, and the worst thing is, TB, he only needs to delay for 40 more seconds, and he's got meta again. So it's not like you can respawn, smoke up, and instantly go into the pit. You might try, but I guess you might even have to. Yeah, they're smoking up.
They cannot afford to leave this Aegis.
Radiant are scanning.
The question is, how do they get there? How do they get there? They do not have any positive vision in the area. Erase is chilling on the high ground, waiting to break any smokes, scout any movements. So they have to take the long, circuitous route, but they're doing this very, very blindly. I don't know how they start this fight. Solo putting his body on the line to just go in and get some reveal. He does have buyback though.
Kiyotaka.
He will use it. And now Kiyotaka gets frozen out by the Crystal Maiden. At the same time, Alberca tries to get the arena out, but unfortunately, Yatoro, Satanic has his BKB going and is just wailing on them with this Terrorblade. Gyrocopter will die. Double kill for the King. And yes, although they managed to bring down the Crystal Maiden, it will cost the life of the Mars as well. Sayush getting caught out now too. He will almost certainly die here. In the Shadow Realm though, buying a little bit of time so he can TP out to safety. Solo though has no such luxury as he dies back within the trees. That's 4 heroes that they take away, 9 Pandas. They try to take the fight, Liz. It just does not work out for them.
Yeah, they definitely don't want to give up yet, even though it feels like game. This TB took 0 damage through the fight, not even Sunder used. Like, he did not care. Meanwhile, he dished out a lot. Together with the Storm, what, 9k, almost 10k damage dealt into the Aegis. into the pit that is to take down the Aegis, and they can slowly close this game out, because right now it just doesn't feel like... I don't know what they do. They have this Kanda. They need to maybe jump with Kiyotaka and blow a certain target up to just start off the fights, but the target that you need to blow up, unfortunately for 9 Pandas, is the Shadow Demon. Like, if you don't kill the Shadow Demon, you're probably not killing anyone else. Like, he has the saves. He's got the Shard, he's got, like, the Disruption, the Glimmer Cape. He's got so many saves on his side. And something that you don't really see very often on a support, he's got a Vindicator's Axe, by the way, on his passive. The 20% slow resistance is nice here.
Oh, love to see it. 22k net worth lead for Yellow Submarine. They are trying to set up for another lane of racks to the top side of the map. There is one thing that 9 Pandas are hanging their hopes on right now. If by some miracle this game goes another like 10 minutes, maybe they can get this Divine Rapier on Gyrocopter. But it would be a miracle if they get to that point and saved. Let's see how they deal with this. Here comes the push onto the high ground. Meta has been popped already. Not level 25 just yet on this Terrorblade, so doesn't have the maxed out talent on the Metamorphosis duration. Now they just spear him back. They're going to try and bring him down. They do get on a decent enough Terrorize, and his life is falling. He does have the Sunder, though, and he's going to be able to get it off onto Alberca. In the meantime, though, Erase was right underneath the hands of this Gyrocopter. Does die, but does have an Aegis, so will return for life too. Buyback was used for Alberca. What now? They have no more arena. They don't have the overgrowth. They do not have the pull down. How do you defend this?
That was such a nice attempt. Storm is in.
Oh, Storm is in again, going down immediately onto Kiyotaka, killing him more, forcing him to buy back too. They are about to run out of Metamorphosis though, so the timing has been missed for a full-throated push. Oh, Kiyotaka was trying to get the toss back onto this Underlord, but the Glimmer Cape of Rue, very, very, very quick. He realized, wait a second, there's no tier 3. We don't have the reveal. I actually can't get this kill.
And the Seal Totem as well. Keep in mind, the Seal Totem as well moved him out of position, so he does not die. But yeah, I really think that was the best possible scenario to take this fight for 9 Pandas, and they executed so nicely. The spear on the tower and then the arena to keep everyone away from the Terrorblade. Like, they couldn't approach him because the arena was positioned so nicely and the spear was also in the right spot. But goddamn, this TB just isn't dying. The Butterfly, the Scuddy, too much armor, too much evasion, manages to pop his BKB. Shadow Demon, by the way, even didn't manage to save him. Like, Shadow Demon was spamming Disruption so much on the TB that he ended up using it on himself in the end. You know, sometimes it happens when you spam it. But not even that is...
Dark Lord, he does have BKB, but will he be able to survive long enough to use it? He gets it off, now turning his attention back onto these heroes, but he just wants to escape. Alberca bought him some space, but it's not enough. He's dead. That is a gone Gyrocopter, forced to buy back. Solo doesn't have buyback himself, though.
They have meta again.
Liz.
They have meta,
yeah.
And Satanic has Satanic on top of everything else, so... What do? You can maybe toss him under the tier 4s and spear him to the tier 4s? Maybe, but he's got a BKB. Realistically, this is just Megas.
Yeah, there's no way. They're doing it. They're keeping the Metamorphosis for the upcoming fight. And here goes the jump in from Erase, catching out 2 heroes. There's the meta! Shredding through Dark Lord. The Gyrocopter is gone without buyback. Mars follows him into the pit. And more importantly, the game follows him too. They call GG. Yellow Submarine, man. They get the 2-0 victory over 9 Pandas. They remain